check here on my Facebook. All right, I think we're good to go.
Awesome.
Yes, sir, we are. All right. Beautiful. All right, ladies and gents, Ontarian Hawkins here. I am the passive income guru, and I'm here with my special guest and business partner, Brad Wyman. Guys, we got something very special to share with you. Again, I want to welcome all of you that's coming to this. If you're coming on, do us a favor, let us know where you're tuning in from. This is being recorded, but we're going to share this with plenty of people. There's going to be a lot of people to see this video. So the information you're about to hear is going to excite you. If you've been looking, I mean, really searching for a way to make passive income, this is going to make you very, very excited. All right. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the passive income guru. That's what I go by. I've been an entrepreneur for 10 plus years. And, you know, passive income is something that I've been wanting for a long time, and I finally got it. And now I'm on a mission to share these opportunities with the world. I come from a background of network marketing, affiliate marketing. Got started in the industry because, simply put, I didn't want to work a job. Okay, point blank. I didn't want to work a job. I saw my parents struggle for years, trying to make ends meet. And as a young kid, I knew in my mind there was something else that had to be better than what they were doing. And I set myself out on a mission to figure it out. And here we are as entrepreneurs. We're able to change the world, ladies and gentlemen. Entrepreneurship is actually what makes the world go around. It drives the economy. You know, businesses drive the economy. So it's a lucrative aspect to get in. But today we're going to share with you one of those aspects that can literally help you make money literally in your sleep, guys. Years ago, I thought this was a joke. I really thought this was a scam. People making money in their sleep, waking up to thousands of dollars, waking up to hundreds of dollars without doing anything. Okay. And we've found a way to turn your PC or your laptop into an ATM machine. It is true. You can literally make money without recruiting, guys. It's the real deal. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my partner to my left, maybe to your right, Brad from California. He's going to tell you about himself, who he is, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this presentation, guys, and show you how he's been able to pull an enormous amount of income hands-free, mostly probably while he's sleeping, I'm guessing, out of the Forex market. So Brad, go ahead, take it away, man. Tell people about yourself, where you're from, how long you've been in the industry, and all that good stuff.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that kind intro, Ontarian. We go back several years. You're the passive income guru. I'm the passive income renegade. So,
That's right.
We work
hand in hand together, man. Renegade and guru.
Exactly. What I appreciate about you is that not only do you really care about other people's success, but like me, you vet out opportunities and you test things out with your own money first before you share them with anybody. And I think that really speaks volumes, because there's a lot of affiliate marketers out there that are just pushing the latest flavor of the week type of opportunities. And They don't really care whether somebody's successful or not that joins them. And I think that really is what sets you apart, what sets us apart. And so I appreciate you, inviting me to come on and share my story and talk about what an amazing vehicle that we have in this particular Forex trading bot. So a little background information. I'll just try and make this brief. I am an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur pretty much my whole adult life. I started out when I was 13 years old with a lawn mowing business. I was pushing a lawnmower around. I would knock on doors and ask if people wanted their lawns mowed on a weekly basis. And my whole motivation at that point was to be able to play at the arcade all weekend long, make enough money to play in the arcade all weekend long. But that really, for me, the entrepreneurial spirit really started when I was a young teenager. because for me, it was a natural thing to want to just go out there and get whatever I wanted. If I wanted to make some extra money, because my parents weren't really paying me a big little, stipend here just to clean up the dog poop in the backyard. That wasn't paying the bills as far as me and my hobbies and, dirt bike riding and going to the arcade. So I knew that if it wasn't for me actually just going out there and doing my own thing, and I didn't at the time, I mean, looking back as an introvert knocking on doors, it was a scary thing, but my why back then was very big. And so that kind of got me on this whole path. And I've been now working from home for 26 years. I started out as a freelance artist, actually. That's what I went to college for. That's my other passion. I was always been an artist since I was a kid. Loved doodling and painting and drawing and so forth. And so, I wanted to actually make a living from it. And I went to college, went to art school, came out, started freelancing. And the first few years was great. I mean, I was making a living, doing what I wanted to do, living the life as a freelance artist. And, I wasn't a starving artist, but then again, I was still trading time for dollars. And there was no way for me to divorce my time from my money. And I didn't really understand this back then. It wasn't until I read Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then Cash Flow Quadrant, that I realized I did not have leveraged income. And at the time, I really loved what I was doing as an artist, but I was hunched over a drafting table for 12 hours a day, sometimes 7 days a week, just to make deadlines for my clients. And it just got to a point where I was burned out. And this was about 1997, 1998, where a friend of mine introduced me to network marketing. And that was kind of when the light bulb went on, when I first realized what the difference was between me having a business that really owned me, because I owned a job. Bottom line, if you're a freelancer and you're paid based on your own efforts, you really own a job. Right. And so a lot of self-employed people are in that situation where they're still trading time for money. And I knew that if I was going to continue doing the same thing 5 years later, I'd be getting the same results. And there were times where my wife's from Italy, so we like to travel and visit her family quite often in Italy. And there were times where I'd literally have to be like painting and working on a deadline for a project for a client right to 2 hours before we had to leave for the flight. And I got to the point where I was just like, something's got to give. So I gave myself permission to look at what other opportunities were out there. And this is the early stages of the internet. 1997, 1998, I was intrigued by it, knew nothing about internet marketing. I mean, back in the day, nobody really knew what they were doing. I mean, there was no gurus back then. It was pretty much the Wild West, and everybody was just kind of poking around, seeing what worked. And so I started with a network marketing, and I moved to affiliate marketing and then big ticket affiliate programs, which I know you've been involved in for several years too. And that's where I had kind of my first bit of success, was within the affiliate marketing space online. And then soon after, probably the early 2000s, back then there were all these auto surf programs and HYPs, high yield investment programs. And those were attractive because it was a way for me to generate some passive income where I wasn't actually tied to working or trading X amount of hours for X amount of dollars. And I did have some leveraged income with the affiliate marketing, but it's not the same as like getting paid while you sleep, like what we experience right now, where we wake up to sometimes thousands and several thousands of dollars in profit on a daily basis in some cases. But it was a taste of what was out there. And it wasn't until I got burned in so many of these programs that, they're pooled accounts. They used to say that they're trading Forex, but there was never any proof. And I got burned in so many of them up until probably, 2005 or so. And I just kind of held off on everything. I just said, okay, no more passive programs. And I just took a break from it. And because most of them were saying that they're trading Forex. So that's where the profits were supposedly coming from. So I was intrigued by that. I'm like, okay, what is this Forex thing? What is this? And so I started doing research, and I found the bots. I found Forex EAs, robots, bots, whatever you want to call them. Forex automation I found back about 13 years ago. And this was kind of, I mean, they're kind of seeing a new surge again, but back then they were all the rage. You know, Forex robots were the rage 13 years ago. And I didn't know anything about trading. I didn't know how to tell the difference between, you know, a good bot and a bad bot. I didn't know how to manipulate any of the settings. So I was kind of just codependent on the developers. I learned how to install them. That was pretty much the extent. And over the last 13 years, I've bought and tested close to about 60 bots.
Wow.
And the bot we're going to talk about today is one of the, I would say, one of the top 3 bots I've used in the last 13 years that actually creates consistent profits. You know, I mean, it's really a needle in a haystack. So that's kind of my background. I've enjoyed a lot of success in the affiliate marketing and network marketing space, but my real passion right now is helping people create automated income that requires no work. No, I mean, obviously there's a risk involved. We're not saying that, you know, this is risk-free passive income. It's not. There is risk involved, but I mean, to me, if somebody's looking to generate passive cash flow, this is the purest form that I know exists. So I'll hand it back to you. I mean, I'm an open book, guys. I mean, I'm very transparent about this. I don't hype anything up. I only share with my followers and clients something that's working for me. So this is something that's been working for me. Ontarian shared it with me. He was kind enough to share it with me 4 months ago. I was on a demo account for 30 days because I always like to just test things out, make sure that I'm seeing the consistency that I'd heard about. And then I went live, and I've been live for 3 months, and the results have been just amazing. I mean, life-changing. And not only for me, but for my clients too.
So your clients are making money every day too with this as well.
Yeah.
How many clients do you have for this average?
Couple dozen right now. Couple dozen. I had you and me go back. We were involved in another platform, which we still are, another Forex education platform, and I had referred about 160 clients to that in a period of about maybe 7 months. And they also have a great bot as well that I still use, but this one is literally like 5 to 10 times more profitable, at least the way that I have it set up and the way that we're running it. And so I've slowly been migrating some of my other former clients over to this. I do have people that find me through Facebook or the Facebook group, or, you know, just doing a search on Google. And so they reach out and contact me. So it's great because all I ever wanted when I got in this industry and I started doing well was to see everybody else win. And this, I mean, I'm sure you experienced the same thing. We have, I would say, without the exception of somebody that you know, maybe over leverages their account and gets into, you know, some crazy risk settings, but everybody that I'm using the standard recommended settings and or is going more conservative, 100% of them are making money and in profit and weekly profits. I mean, there's not a week that goes by that we haven't had profits, even sometimes mostly days. I mean, I don't think since I started, I've had a losing day. So it's just, I still have to pinch myself that it's so consistent and the profits are so amazing. You know, not to try and oversell or anything, but I mean, it is really incredible. And it's the first time I've experienced being able to generate not only 6 figures a year in passive profits from these bots, but I foresee next year getting to the multiple 6-figure level just in passive profits. And that's, I mean, that's mind blowing to me from something that pretty much is hands off. I mean, we do offer account management services, and I think that's great for people that want a totally hands off type of approach and experience. But yeah, I mean, there's something here for everybody. I mean, I don't know anybody that doesn't like the idea of waking up to passive profits in their sleep.
I don't know anybody either.
Yeah. It's just a matter of, I think people, it sounds too good to be true, but to me, it's too good to be false. It actually works. And you and I are living proof. I mean, obviously people can see not just proof from us, but, you know, anybody else that's using it. There's dozens and dozens of clients. But yeah, I'm happy to share anything you want, brother.
Well, Brad, and I appreciate your story, man. I know a lot of people would definitely appreciate it too. A lot of you guys is looking at Brad can probably relate to his backstory, where he came from, MLM, affiliate marketing, high ticket, and maybe you've tried EAs before. And Brad, you said you've tested over 60.
Yeah, about 60. Yeah, I lost count. I mean, it's been
I didn't know they went back that far.
Yeah, about 2006-ish, somewhere around there is when like Fap Turbo was one of the big ones out there. It was all the rage when I was, getting into the space, and it would work. I mean, it worked for a few months, and then the market would change, and it started losing money. And I've lost between brokers going down and taking my money with them, and bots that have lost me money. I've blown close to, I don't know, maybe 100 and 120K in 13 years. So, I mean, I did take a break. I mean, for about 7 years, I did nothing in Forex because I just lost, I lost that faith that there was something out there in the automated side that was actually going to work. Because I tried PAM accounts, I tried managed accounts, I tried auto traded signal services, trade copier services, you name it, I tried it. And, every time things might start out great and then they just go downhill rather quickly. And so this is really one of the unique times, one of the first times that we've had something that is consistent, and not only for us but for other people. And that to me is really what gets me excited. What gets me up every morning is not just about what I'm getting and what my wife and I are achieving, but what our clients are achieving. That to me really is the key.
That's
I care more about my client's success than my own success.
Man, we're on the same page, bro, on that one for sure. So what have you made since you've used this bot so far?
I was just tallying things up before we got on this call, and I'm closing in on $40,000 in 3 months in close profits.
$40,000.
Yeah, hard to believe. Hard to believe.
Doing nothing.
I mean, there's a little bit of tinkering here and there, and I've played with the settings here and there just to kind of see how far I can push things, and then I've backed off. And so, yeah, I mean, give or take, but still, I mean, I'm still just blown away by that. It's pretty surreal.
That's amazing, guy. Now, let me give you a disclaimer. We're not on here telling you going to make $40,000. Okay. There are certain factors that need to go into place for you to make that kind of money. All right. We are here telling you that this opportunity has the highest potential to make you money hands-free while you're sleeping. Okay. Can we guarantee you're going to make money? No, we can't do that. But it has the highest potential to do so. Okay. So it's percentage-wise, Brad, what does it look like percentage-wise per month since you've been
percentage-wise? I mean, from what I've seen, not only in my own accounts, but across the board and in client accounts as well, has been an average of about 10 to 30% per month has been an average that I've seen. On the high end, I mean, I had a 50% month, but after was 25%. So, it's going to vary. We get whatever the market gives us. Right. And so we can't put that expectation, say, well, I want X amount per week or per month or whatever that is, because in the end, we get whatever the market gives us.
Exactly. Okay. So, so this automated income, this is pretty much your bread and butter.
I would say it's replaced my full-time income. Wow. I still do affiliate marketing. So I still have my hands in affiliate marketing, and I am building a business with this particular vendor. And so some of the commissions I've earned, I've poured back into growing my accounts.
Absolutely.
I like sharing a good thing. If something's working for me, I like to
it's a no-brainer, man.
Pay it forward and share that with my followers and my clients. And I'm there to just, help them get similar results, and they have so far. So yeah. But yeah, it's 5 figures a month with just, from the bots alone is pretty mind blowing, because I was never able to achieve that in the past with other bots. And I've tried so many, man, many.
Without losing your shirt,
Yes, exactly. I mean, I would get into situations where to be able to make maybe even 10% a month, I'd be risky. I'd have drawdowns in 60, 70%. And
Goodness
it's
gracious.
just nuts. And this is old days when we weren't using cryptocurrency to fund the accounts. You couldn't fund it like, within an hour or two. I had to like send a bank wire and hope and pray, in 2 to 3 days that it would hit my account and allow me to ride out that storm. And so I just went through that roller coaster ride so many times and blew so many accounts that I just said, I'm going to take a break from this. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago that I came back into it. And now this year, I mean, since COVID hit, I've just kind of locked myself in my man cave here and just focused and really, got, I like to nerd out. I mean, to me, this is like getting paid really well to play a video game. That's really how I see it.
Hey,
A video game.
you're
It's
right
fun.
about that.
Fun.
You're right
And
about that.
it's a trip to see other people that have never experienced that. The experience waking up to $200, $300, $400, even $1,000 without working. And it's like, it's a brand new thing for them. But for me, I knew this industry existed many years ago, and I still think it's one of the best places to, and one of the best vehicles to be able to create this passive cash flow that could eventually replace job income or even another business income. Because there's so many entrepreneurs have really suffered this year, especially the traditional brick and mortar entrepreneurs that have, small mom and pops businesses. Here in Pasadena, where I'm at, just so many small businesses, including restaurants, that have either gone under or they're getting close to, and they're just struggling. And so this is something that anybody can add to whatever they have to generate an extra passive cash flow on the side, which could eventually, if you have enough capital or you grow enough capital, just by allowing the bot to compound the profits over time, you could get into a very, very serious full-time income with this type of bot.
Enough money to probably pay some of all of your bills with.
Hey, I got a new car recently, and it was all paid for by this bot. The
Wow.
bot is paying for the monthly payment. The bot paid for the down payment. And so it's not coming out of pocket. It's creative financing. That's what I call it. Creative financing.
That's
where
amazing.
you can take big ticket items. And I learned this from Kiyosaki, because there was one time he said he wanted to buy like a new Porsche or something. And his wife, Kim, said, well, you better find a way to pay for that. Right. And he knew what she was talking about. So he just, I think he invested in some more of the real estate ventures, and to generate passive income to be able to pay for that big ticket item, that toy. So I just kind of thought the same thing, and it's a no-brainer. So yeah, it's been a while since we bought a new car, and decided as a gift to myself this year for working my butt off and helping everybody win, that I was going to do that. And now the bot is paying for the car.
Mm-hmm. That's
cool.
That's success right there. That's what I call success.
It's leverage, bro. It's leverage too.
It's a powerful thing, man.
Yep.
Leverage and compounding is the new norm. It should be the new norm, especially the times we're living in right now. People should be running to opportunities like this. What makes this, you tested 60 of them. What makes this one so different? That may be something that somebody.
That's a good question.
Why is this one, out of all the ones you tried years ago, different?
So a lot of it just really comes down to the underlying strategy. Okay. There's so many different bots. Some of them, they'll either win a trade or lose a trade. They either win or lose. They don't use any kind of recovery trade or counter trade trending strategy. Mm-hmm. This one uses a recovery trade. It's a counter trend trading strategy. So it will load up if the market goes against your initial position, it will take additional trades, and it will slowly, incrementally increase the lot sizes depending on your settings. I mean, it's all based on your settings. You could actually say, no, I don't want it to increase any lot sizes. But the results that most of us are getting in the larger accounts, we're using like a multiplier factor of like 1.5 times. And the whole idea is that eventually the market's going to correct. So it's going to go in one direction, but eventually it's going to correct. And we only need it to correct a very small amount for us to not only get out of those bad trades, but get into a really amazing profit. And so I've just seen this bot do it over and over and over again. And we're also using pairs that are not as volatile as like the pound pairs. It's not, we don't have to wake up and worry about, 700 pip movement overnight, which is a lot. So yeah, and it's all controllable. I mean, it's something where we can dial back the settings. I've heard a lot of feedback from experienced traders that say, oh, it's a martingale bot, which basically martingale comes from the whole betting industry, like doubling up on your losses. If you lose, you double up next time to make it back. Well, there are inherent risks to a martingale bot, and I've tested a lot of them. Although none of them have worked as well as this one. And this one is something where you control the martingale feature. We call it the DeMarty feature. So you control how aggressive or not aggressive you want to go. And I think we found the sweet spot with that 1.5 times. As long as you have enough free margin in your account, it can withstand some huge moves. And I have clients that want to trade more conservatively. So I use that same setting, but I use a smaller lot size so that they have much, much more cushion in comparison. And, it's going to be a trade-off. So it's a risk versus reward trade-off, but they're still doing double-digit monthly profits. So, there's something here for everybody, no matter what their, risk tolerance level is. I have everybody from, more conservative. I mean, yes, it's speculative trading. So like you said, no guarantees here. There is potential to lose some or all of your money. So you never want to use money that you cannot afford to lose. That's the number one rule. Vegas money only. But I don't know anything else out there that will give you this kind of return on investment for this kind of risk. And again, it's a controllable risk. And that's something you and I do as far as, account management. We're in there tinkering, making sure that we're able to be the coast guards for our clients' accounts.
That's right.
But, nothing can really prevent a tsunami hitting. If a tsunami hit, a black swan event,
right.
All ships are going to have a challenge, getting through that storm. But, normal volatility, no problem.
We had one of those challenges last week with NFP week, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that was that wasn't a tsunami. That was high volatility. But I'm talking like, when COVID hit, that was like
that was huge
back in March. All the markets crashed temporarily for a day or two. Yeah. And so that's, I think it's important that people go in with eyes wide open, understanding that there is risk involved, but it is something that, the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward.
That's right. That's right. Awesome, man. Couple more questions, Brad. This has been phenomenal, man. What do you say to, because there's always going to be, pessimists and skeptics. What do you say to people like that just, and actually before that, I've had, you said something significant about this martingale, because in the past martingale bots that you used, you couldn't control the.
No, I didn't know what I was doing, first of all. And a lot of times the setting to control how it multiplies the lots in successive recovery trades, that wasn't something that could be edited. So I was at the whim of, basically at the mercy of the bot, and no way to be able to control that, nor did I actually know what I was doing back then either. So once I learned how to trade manually within the last couple of years, that opened up the whole door, so that when I came across, this bot through you, I understood exactly what it was doing, and I understood how to manipulate the settings. And I think that's really key. So, but I love it because of the account management opportunity and that option for people. Somebody doesn't have to learn anything about Forex. They don't have to know anything about trading or candlesticks or support and resistance. They can just, get in the vehicle and hit the auto drive button, like on a self-driving Tesla, and withdraw their profits whenever they want. I withdraw profits weekly. So, I'm not going to get into detail about how much profit I take, but I typically will take at least 50% of my profits weekly. Actually use the bots as a way to grow my crypto portfolio, because we fund the accounts and we withdraw to Bitcoin. I am taking a portion of my profits out on a weekly basis, leaving them sit in my crypto wallet, in my Bitcoin wallet. And over the period of the next months and years, as the price of Bitcoin and the whole crypto industry appreciates, that ROI that I'm getting from the bot is actually going to be magnified when, as the price of Bitcoin and all the other altcoins rise with the tide. So to me, that's like, that goes past the finish line.
Yes, it does.
Where, it's a way to, I mean, that's true leverage. I mean, it's massive leverage to be able to not only multiply your cash flow, your fiat currency, but amplify your crypto portfolio. If you're, investing in cryptos, which we are, obviously, it's the place to be for the future. And so that's kind of the big picture of what I'm doing behind the scenes. And I foresee 2021 is just going to be amazing.
Oh, it's going to be phenomenal, man. I hope you guys wrote that tip down on what Brad just said. That was $1 million tip right there. Okay. We all withdraw, 99% of us withdraw from our brokers to Bitcoin. Okay. When you do that, you can put some of that Bitcoin to work. All right. Leave it in your Bitcoin wallet. You can spread it across with other altcoins. I know you're into Ripple too.
Yeah, XRP, go baby. Yep.
XRP, we waiting on. Hey, XRP, we waiting on that joker to go to the moon.
Oh man,
hey,
I've been in XRP for like 4 years, man. It's just been a great ride, and I foresee a lot of great potential in the next year, especially with the Spark token. To be getting free Spark token just for holding XRP is a nice little gift.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So what do you say to the skeptics out there that look at this and, they say, well, sounds good, but I still don't believe it. What do you say to those type of people?
I don't get many skeptics because I'm not in the convincing business. I never have been. It's like they're not attracted to me because I don't tolerate skeptics. If they come to me, I mean, first of all, they don't come to me because I'm not out there promoting and trying to sell this or convince somebody that this is, what they should be doing, first of all. So, but for skeptics, I just say, look, I haven't met any rich skeptics before. So you can either watch from the sidelines and, just be an observer, or you can get in the game. And to me, there's lots of things that have risk to them. But to me, the risk to reward ratio here far blows away any other type of investment vehicle that I've found. And I've been researching alternative investments for the last 11 years full time. I actually had a membership club, private wealth building membership club. That's all I did. So I've seen it all out there. I know it exists. And I mean, look, skeptics can be skeptical all they want. I was, until I went and did my own homework. And I think that if you are somebody that is skeptical but open-minded like I was, then you'll eventually come to the same conclusion that I did, which is, there are needle in a haystack type of investment vehicles and tools and software out there like this that actually work, that actually live up to whatever you've heard they're doing for people. And, the proof is in the pudding. Facebook group, I mean, there's undeniable proof. Nobody's being paid to like put the stuff out there just for the sake of doing it if it wasn't real. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm okay with skeptics being skeptics, and there's always going to be naysayers, and there's always going to be anti-scam zealots out there, and that's fine. It's not something that I really give a second thought to personally. I just deal with the people that, like what they see. They're willing to put up a little risk capital to test it out. Like I tested it out for 30 days, even though I trust you and I know you. So yeah, I hope that all makes sense.
Perfect. All right, man. One more question, then I'll go to the audience to see if anyone has a question on Facebook. So what, and I get this a lot, why do we need, and why is account managing vital to the user? If it's already passive.
I think it is, because there is no such thing as true set and forget it robots out there. Unless, I mean, in rare circumstances, if you have a really large account with really tuned back settings, then it becomes more hands off and so forth. But if you're using like the recommended settings, there are certain things, mostly when there is high volatility, that need to be adjusted. Certain settings like stop losses, because this bot does place an automatic 250 pip stop loss on every single trade. So like we saw last week where Euro JPY pushed out about 230 pips for most people. I mean, I had about 230 pips of trades already in play, and that's like 20 pips away from that first stop. So what we do is, as account managers, we will manually go in there and we will move those stops away so that it prevents it from actually getting stopped out prematurely. And those are in place for things like flash crashes, but if you have plenty of margin in your account and you're at no risk of blowing your account, then there's no reason to take that premature hit. And so that's what we do, is we go in there and maneuver things. There are times where I actually turned off the bot from opening any new trades on some of my client accounts. And that's something, and I also reduce the risk by changing some of the lot sizes and so forth. So for the most part, it's not going to be a very time consuming type of thing on a day-to-day basis. But for guys like us that know what's going on, and we know when there's high volatility, that's the time to really hone in on the accounts. And I know, both of us had some late nights last week, because we're there to, again, be the Coast Guard for our client accounts. We take it really seriously. I don't want to see any of my client accounts, lose money. So I treat them the same way I treat my own accounts. And so sometimes that requires a little bit of tweaking here and there. But, that's something that, we offer as far as bringing our experience. I mean, I know you're a very experienced manual trader, so you know exactly what's going on. You know exactly how the bot's working. And so we're both coming to it with the same level of experience to be more hands-on when necessary. But most of the time, I mean, most weeks where it's kind of a slow week, I just monitor accounts. I'm always, monitoring them on my phone. And if I have to go in to a specific account and tweak some things, then I'll actually get into their VPS and do that. But for the most part, I'm just kind of monitoring and making adjustments as needed. And especially when a client's account starts to grow and we want to compound the growth by increasing the lot sizes over time, then that's something that we do manually.
Beautiful. So account management is if you guys are, looking to get this, which I hopefully you are, account management is critical. It's kind of like, I'll give you a metaphor. It's kind of like having a football coach call the plays. Okay, we as an account managers, we're calling the plays. And the bot is executing like a play.
Exactly.
That's the analogy I like to give right there. That's a great one. Okay, we make sure that the boat is going to continue to sail straight ahead. They're not going to veer to the left or the right. We're going to make sure the boat continues straight ahead. And there are some things we got to do. We got to make some adjustments. There's some little bit of brain power that goes into account management. Again, last week we had a volatile week, so we had to make some changes. We had to stay up late at night to make sure that our clients' accounts were safe and at the same time still profitable. Okay. And that takes some little bit of legwork, a little bit knowing what you're doing. Okay. So account management is a critical thing to have in your back pocket when you get this particular software. So thank you for that explanation, Brad.
My pleasure, my man.
I'm going to see here see if anyone has any questions. So if anyone has any questions, I'm on Facebook, guys. Go ahead and drop your question, and we'll be happy to answer those questions for you, okay? I may have to go on Facebook because I think my phone doesn't give me the whole...
You're the social media master.
Let's see here. Okay, here we go. So there's one that just came in. What's the cost for this, and what do you recommend to start the account? Okay, Mike, good question. So right now the normal cost is $2,000, but we do have a promo going on right now. Okay, the promo is going to be going on until the end of the month. Brad, you know about that promo, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, the 50% promotion.
Yeah.
So right now it's $1,000 until the end of the month. So you're saving quite a bit of money there. What do you recommend to start the account? We say minimum of 500. The more the better. Okay, you want to give the software room to work, or equity. Okay, so if you can do 1,000, that's even better to start with.
Yep.
Okay.
Just making sure it's risk capital.
Yep.
Vegas money only.
Vegas money only, ladies and gentlemen. Vegas money only.
Yeah, I mean, for us to use the optimized settings, the ones that we use for some of the larger accounts, I think that pretty much starts at about 3K and above. But you know, we have clients with smaller accounts that are doing just fine, and still within that 10 to 20, 30% range per month. No guarantees, of course.
Wonderful. Yes, sir. No guarantees on this, guys. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? That was a good question right there. Does anyone have any other questions? And yes, this is the AZHA bot. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. I think we pretty much covered a lot of ground here, Brad.
We did, in fact.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got it all out.
Got it all out, man.
I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely, man. And this is the real, ladies and gentlemen, this is the real cheat code. You probably heard that term in the marketing world, the cheat code. This is the real cheat code right here.
Yep.
All right. We're actually doing something that is astronomical. We're doing something that's unheard of, you know. We're helping people make money in their sleep without recruiting, without even thinking about it, especially if you get account management. So we're going to go ahead and end it, guys. Brad, I'm going to stay on a little bit and do a little bit of numbers on the Forex calculator.
Sure.
But man, I appreciate you coming on. Guys,
hey, I'll stay on for that.
You want to stay on for that? All right.
Absolutely, man. Would love to see that. Let
me share my screen and show people the potential of what you guys can see in your investment. Now, this is a what's my word? Demonstration. This is only a demonstration.
Hypothetical, right?
Hypothetical situation. No guarantees. Okay. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And here we go. See my screen there, Brad?
Yeah, can see it.
All right, all right. So this is the Forex calculator, guys, that I come to every time I want to see the potential of an investment. Okay. So let's say, for hypothetical purposes, let's say that someone starts, they say, hey, I want to start AZHA, which is what the bot is called, the AZHA software, or EA, for $5,000. And let's say hypothetically, now we've told you potentially, and what we've seen across the board, that the bot has been averaging, not guaranteed, averaging 10 to 30% a month. Okay. So I'm going to put 20% right here because that's between that range. I'm going to put it for, let's just say 24 months, which is 2 years, $5,000 compounded at 20% per month. That's around 1% a day, 5 days a week. Okay. And for 24 months, which is 2 years. Let's see what that comes out to. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. $397,484. Now, that's if he didn't touch it. If he never touched the 5,000, and it potentially made you 20% per month for 2 years, you would have $397,484. That's called leverage, ladies and gentlemen. That's called compound interest. It is a powerful, powerful thing. Let me tell you something. If you have money in your account, what I call liquid money. Liquid money is basically the money that's sitting there after you paid all your bills, after you've taken care of everything you need to take care of for the month. And it's just sitting there. You're not collecting, you're not leveraging that money. Put that money to work. You've worked hard for that money. You've worked 10, 20, some of you 30 years at your job, you know, making paychecks, right? Paycheck to the paycheck. You got a little money sitting there and you want to put it to work. You want it to work for you. Put it into this software, AZHA. Okay.
Here we got more stimulus money coming.
Yeah, there you go. You got more. That's it, man.
That's it. The government pay you this time. I mean, you know, most people they overpay on their taxes. That, you know, they give the government an interest-free loan every year because of you know, their job withholding tax. And this is a way to, you know, put the government's money to work for you.
That's it. That's it. Absolutely, man. Hey, it's the way to go. It's the way to go. So, guys, that's a hypothetical situation I want to show you. You can put any number in here and see what it's going to give you, but the potential is there. Okay.
Yeah, that's powerful.
That's a powerful thing.
It'll keep some people awake at night. So
It will.
in the morning, you might lose some sleep if you play around with a calculator like that.
That's right. Somebody's going to dream about it tonight. Just like you said that.
Exactly.
But ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for coming on. Brad, thank you again. Guys, get back to either Brad or myself, whoever invited you here. We want to get you guys going as soon as possible. This is a must-have. I'm telling you right now, you need to have a sense of urgency with this particular opportunity. This doesn't come around often. And between me and Brad, we have over 30 plus years in this game. We know what works. We know what don't works. We've done it all. We've lost it all and gained it back tenfold, 10, 20, 100-fold. We know what we're doing, okay? So as the professionals that we are, we're here to tell you that this works, okay? So without further ado, thank you all for coming. If you got any more questions, please feel free to comment below. This is going to go viral. It's going to go on YouTube. It's going to go on and maybe hit it, be into your email box as well, text message. You may get all type of information about this video. Just get started. That's all I can tell you. Okay. Yep. So
don't wait on the sidelines. You know, every day you wait is lost profits, lost passive profits.
That's right. Exactly right.
Thank you for having me, my friend.
Hey, Brad. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
Your day.
And thank you again for you know, sharing this with me. I'm truly grateful for that.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Hey, you're already retired, but we got another gentleman you've seen, Russell.
Well, I'm an unemployed CEO.
Unemployed? Hey, got to get that shirt. That's a hey, I love that.
Unemployed.
Shirt. Unemployed CEO.
Yeah. We like to have some fun, man. So.
And that's what it's all about. Yes, sir.
Guys, have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.
All right. You guys have a great one. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Till then, let's make some passive income.
See ya.